Mythology's Last Gods, sorry. I haven't read that one in a long time. Then you get into Fritz Springmeier, Bloodlines of the Illuminati. Then we go into Osho, which is the Book of Secrets, all about meditation and all that type of stuff. Uh, and then we go into some of the older texts, paranormal is in there. We've also got some other ones like the three books of occult philosophy by Agrippa. So I've got tons, and then you can't quite see this. You can probably try and stay up at the top there. On the left portion there, you've got all the David Icks that I bought, even if it's really old, rare ones. We've got James Ussher's Bible in chronological order, some books on contracts, um, oh, Melchizedek, the Flower of Life books, Adronvallo, if you follow him, he's very interesting. And then on the right side, it's a lot more random stuff. You got stuff on the black holes, Skull Experiment, Life After Death type of stuff. Truth versus Falsehood by David Hawkins. Of course, Holy Blood, Holy Grail. It's actually one of the books I started with a long time ago when I first started studying. After Yetzirah, the Bahir, or whatever you call it. A Jewish text, the Kabbalah, and all that stuff. The religion side. And then I've got other ones like Synchronicity, which it's all about how everything in life seems to follow, what your thought patterns and that. And then you got The Ultimate Journey by Robert Monroe and what is it? Adventures Beyond the Body. It's out of body stuff, how that works, how you would do it, which I've studied, and I've gotten some things that seem to work, but I'm not sold on it. As I said, I love Crowley. Most of my magic is Crowley. Otherwise, it's Golden Dawn and Israel Brigardi. I have the Interlinear Bible over there, where I can actually see all the text broken up and separated into it, but the Strong's Concordance and the lexicons, so you can translate it by hand and everything to try and figure out what the real meanings were of things, and I've done that for quite a bit. Juan Milo Duquette, if you know him, I'm a huge fan of his work. I just love how funny he is. He's just hilarious. My recommended Bible of choice is the Companion Bible. Yeah, so I've got tons more. I mean, I've got books in the closet back there that I don't read nearly as often. I don't have bookshelf space anymore. So, but Fritz Springmeier, the Mind Control and Serpents of Light, and all those things. The Satanic Bible I've read. I have I have tons. Michael Tessarian's Atlantis, The Destruction of and Genetic Manipulation, or something along those lines. I've read that. That's actually highly recommended. It's very interesting. So yeah, I have a very broad view. My primary was always watching lectures, though. I mean, YouTube was my friend. I watched tons of documentaries that I found out there, and other places. I had friends that would get their hands on videos that would be like, "Hey, watch this one," and I'd watch those things, and it was interesting. As I said, I've seen everything David Icke, I've seen everything Jordan Maxwell, I've seen everything Michael Tessarian, I've seen everything by tons of authors. I mean, Stan Tenen. I've got a whole thing of them, and I've covered just about every subject under the sun. So if you have any questions, I would love to give you my viewpoint. I have no problems doing that. I have done a little ceremonial magic work. I haven't done a lot, but as you can tell right here, I have an altar that I have constructed, complete with scrying mirror and candles and incense burners and all of that. I've done my own set of paranormal excursions, like in Ghost Adventures and that. I had a lot of the equipment that was used in that, and I've done experiments in that and had some very intriguing results that were quite interesting. I have some still videotaped that are kind of interesting. Quality's not very good, but we had a really crappy camera at the time. We were still, new at the time, but it was interesting. It was weird. But yeah, I've done a lot of things. I've studied a lot of things. I have my views on a lot of things. Symbology. I really like the Freeman perspective, if you know him. Freeman Fly, some know him. So I've watched just about everything he's ever done. I mean, listen to Alan Watts. I absolutely love listening to. Al Fry. He's a little weird, but it is definitely interesting to listen to. So I definitely have a wide perspective here that I've watched. I've watched just about every interview Project Camelot's done, and Project. What's the other one? Project. I don't remember at this time. It's been a while, but the other one that was the partner. I've seen all of those. So yeah, if you've got a question about something, feel free to ask. I will definitely try to give you an answer if I have one, or at least as best as I see it. I can't claim that's the answer, but I'll give it to you. If you do it in a video post, I'm a lot more likely to actually give a response on it, and I will do my best. I'm not going to deal with the people who are just going to flame me and give me, crap and say, oh, well, you're full of it, and blah, blah, blah. If that's your thing, you're not going to get a response, and you can attack me all you want. I don't really care, I'll give you my view, and that's it. My view changes all the time. I might give one answer now, and then, 6 months from now, I might get a question that's similar or brings up the same subject, and my answer might change. Because I'm constantly changing. I'm constantly looking at new information. I'm not static, and I don't believe in that system. I mean, so many people give people crap because they changed views halfway through, and that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that's stupid. I mean, if you believe the same thing that you did when you're 10 that you do when you're 20, I'm sorry, you're dumb. You're not moving. You're not evolving at all. I mean, you're just sitting still. So I mean, I don't agree with that. You should be changing. And in this study, I try to stay as fair on the ground as I can on it, and that requires change all the time. I can get new information. Sometimes I teeter back and forth. Sometimes I don't really know. I'll give you both sides that I see, but I don't know which one it is. And in most of it, that's probably the case. But I'll definitely give you the information. I'll definitely point you in the direction that you might want to go. If you want other information, I can give you that. Point you in the direction at least. Some of it you're going to have to purchase yourself, as I did. But, it's just part of the game. So, if you've got questions, ask. Feel free to ask any question you want. I don't care what it is. I'll give it a shot. I have fun with this. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube account. This is my first video of my own recording. Like, subscribe, promote it to others if you think this is interesting. Tell them to post something so that I'll respond. I'll try to do this as often as I can. I don't know how often I'm going to do this. I'm still getting used to this. I mean, it still feels weird talking to a webcam that's out here, but I'm trying my best to do this. I bet so many people tell me I need to do it. If you want to know my backstory more about where I came from, I do have a story there. But this was just like a preliminary, kind of get you familiar with me as far as what I know, what I've done, kind of thing, and just kind of open the dialogue and see what happens, So, see what happens. Thank you for watching, and I hope to hear some responses from you. I look forward to answering your questions. Thank you, and have a good evening.